Well, hey there. Welcome back to Factorio Space Age. I'm Joe Mama, your host. So, we've taken a little bit of a turn into the strange here, doing something I never thought I'd be doing, and that is processing scrap on Novice. Like, I've actually shipped some scrap here, and I want to process it here on Novice. Reason is, I am playing around with quality modules, and it's something I have not been doing in this game at all. So why are you doing it now, Eric? Well, I'll tell you. So let's go up and take a look at the Odysseus for a second. The graham cracker of death. Although I suppose that this, as long as it is, I guess it looks more like a Charleston chew of death. Anyway, so I have completely I have stripped the Odysseus down. At least everything about, I don't know, about 3/4 of the way. Like from about here forward, I've stripped everything down and relaid everything out. It's still not great, but one thing it does do is it doesn't have any more. One thing it does do is it avoids bottlenecks caused by byproduct production. In other words, the byproduct, like these grinders right here, these asteroid grinders, okay, they produce, like when this particular asteroid grinder produces its stuff, the products it produces are the iron and the copper, okay? And if I want iron but I don't need copper, what was happening before was the copper was binding up here, it was running into a bottleneck, and it wasn't getting ejected off the ship fast enough. Now, I've got, like, parallel inserters that are tossing stuff overboard, and it's doing it as fast as the belt can feed the content to them. And I've got a few of these around the ship that do that for their respective products. So I'm not running into that anymore. Like calcite, I think there's one for calcite as well, and it just tosses, yeah, right there, it just tosses calcite overboard with prejudice. So that's good. Also, something I changed, a very simple change actually. One of the issues that we were having with feedback was that when one of these asteroid grinders would have to, it would grind up an asteroid, and instead of giving the desired byproducts, it would actually produce one of its own asteroids, like basically just it would reject the asteroid, basically. So, and then the inserter would toss it onto the belt, but if the belt was full, it's like a loop, that's a sort of a sushi roll belt that kind of goes around underneath, and it works pretty well. But what was happening before was that both sides of the belt were filling, and the inserters could not insert onto the belt because both sides were full. But what's happening now is I've created, when the belt comes back underneath all the asteroid grinders, and it hits this belt, even if both sides of the belt are full, it will insert it onto one side. Okay, so that leaves the side free so that there's always room for the asteroids to cast off any rejected asteroids, or the asteroid grinders to cast off rejected asteroids. Now, yes, that creates its own little bottleneck, but that's okay because this, before it reaches that point, this is the splitter that tosses stuff overboard. Okay, this is the one that takes care of the overflow. So if it starts to back up, right here, this will start to back up, which it does. It starts to back up. So this will just redirect here into this splitter, and this splitter tosses it overboard via the the parallel inserters side by side, and they can keep up with just about anything that these, and all of the asteroid grinders are set up like that. So it pairs it down, creates space, so this always has space to drop off rejected asteroids, and the same for this one over here. And then for this, copper was such a big deal, again, it's tossing it overboard. If I don't need it, it's tossing it. But I was able to increase iron and steel and copper production a little bit, given the space. I also, if you notice, I've got 50% more asteroid grinders, because again, I've kind of streamlined the use of the space, and more processing of ice to turn it into water, which is good. Fuel is about the same as it was, because quite frankly, we were not having issues with fuel at all. In fact, I cut down this fuel storage. We just had we had more fuel storage than we needed. And so now this is working well. We've got water storage is about the same. The reactor I haven't really touched much, although I made a mistake once and destroyed the tank that has all the excess fluid in it. But that's okay, because there was enough fluid left in the pipes to keep this thing going. It's going just fine. This whole fusion reactor system is still going, even with like a teaspoon of fluid in it. It's working fine, so I'm not going to bother it. Ammunition production was an issue, but now that we've taken care of the streamlining of basic resources, ammunition production is really not too big of a deal now. Not really. I mean, it's still a little slow. I've doubled the production of railgun rounds. I've streamlined the production of explosives a little bit. And production of rockets is a little better now than it was. Gun rounds, I didn't really change much, but it seems to be doing okay. Where we're running into issues is that I've put so much storage on this thing, but it's almost full of ammunition. And watching Board Bob's video, realizing that if I can make quality storage units, I could actually get away with squeezing some more storage out of this ship. So what I'm thinking is, I want to produce quality stuff. And that's where we're at. I want to get a handle on the quality issue. I think this Graham Cracker of Death is ready to take on some Promethium asteroids. I think it's ready, but what's the point if I can't collect asteroid fragments? And yes, I could reduce the number of railgun rounds in there, but I really don't want to. A, because we ran short last time. B, I just don't have faith that the ammunition production is that much better than it was. If it's better, if our ammunition production is in fact better than it was, then we could probably get away with the same amount that we did before, and then count on ammunition production that's in much better shape to get us through. I think it could. I think we can make it to 30. We might even be able to make it to 60. I'd like to attempt 60, the 60,000 kilometer mark, but I don't know. Right now I'd just be happy with 30. But yeah, so I'd like to increase the storage, and even if we can, if you take a look at this, take a look. I've got scrappers here. I've got recyclers with quality units, and I'm setting up a filter system now. Now, I'll tell you what I've got so far. Okay, so if I take a look, where's my production of space components? Down here. Okay, here we go. So I set up this one to make rare. I think it's rare. Is that it? Let me see. If I change the recipe and that, and okay, yes, rare. So if I do that, if I can make rare storage components, now regular storage components, regular storage units have an inventory size bonus of 20. If I can do rare, it has an inventory size bonus of 32. So that's basically an increase of 16 12, an increase of 12. So that's what would that be? Would that be a 60% increase? I think that might be a 60% increase. Okay, that would be awesome. A 60% increase in storage space just by making rare storage units, cargo bays. I'm sorry, they're called cargo bays. If we could switch them all to that, we could squeeze 60% out. And here is my progress thus far. I almost didn't even start recording because my progress is not great. So what I started doing is I did a sample for copper. I did a sample miners with quality module 3s furnaces with quality module 3s, and then I set up this filtration system to like filter out. Let's see what I got. I got a bunch of uncommon copper plates. I've got a couple of rares, and I even have 10 epic copper plates. I haven't come across a legendary yet, but if I go down here, you know what, guys? If you have ideas on how to get quality products, I'm all ears. I'm making quality 3 modules. I'm there. I'm doing that much. However, it doesn't seem like this is going very fast. And I know some of y'all, I mean, an epic mech suit with epic components. I mean, shit, that's pretty cool. I've actually managed to make an epic a legendary steel plate. You know, goals, right? Let's see. Okay, let me grab those. I got some rare steel plates. Got a bunch of uncommon ones. So, I mean, little by little, we're getting there. But what I thought was, and I've got plastic as well being worked on, because for the cargo bays, I need lightweight or low density components. I need blue chips, and then I need what else? I need steel. So I haven't even messed with the blue chips yet, but I'm kind of hoping I could get some decent blue chips if I set up recyclers and recycle scrap. I want to see what comes out of them, because if that works, I mean, that could be huge. Okay, let me grab some more plastics. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing here. What I could do, I've got enough plastic plates, or I'm sorry, not plastic plates. I've got enough quality module 3s that I could probably set up a whole bank of miners or chemical plants or something, and just start filtering out the really good components. I mean, does that sound logical? Oh, I want to show you something else that I've been experimenting with. So let's take a quick look at Novice. All right, let's take a. Well, by the way, yeah, notice we're on Novice. We're off of Aquilo finally. Let's take a look at Gleba. That's what I want to look at. Gleba. Let's take a look at the science. Look at this. We've got Promethium science. I went ahead and, when I stripped down the ship, I felt like I needed to process it. So what I started, I had Promethium asteroids, but I needed to clear it away and get stuff out of the way. So I'm like, well, I better process this, and in order to do that, I need biter eggs. So you can see we've done Promethium science, about 180 bottles of this stuff. All right, let's go get off the map and let's keep walking, and I want to show you something I've done. By the way, this is the bank of quality modules being worked on here. So quality 3s are happening. And what do we got so far? We got a few. Let's go up here. So I've done it. A couple of captive biter spawners. I have built 4 of them. Now, unfortunately, in order to keep them, quote, captive, you have to feed them bioflux constantly. And that just wasn't something I was able to do constantly. But fortunately, I will tell you that if you don't feed them, they don't just... the health will go down. There's actually a health bar underneath these things when you make a quality... Do I have the ability to make one? I don't think I do. No, I need a biter egg. I don't want to go there right now. But anyway, if you don't keep them supplied with bioflux, you'll see a progress bar, kind of like when you're shooting a biter spawner and it's about to die, and you see that progress bar go down. And I was fretting. I'm like, oh man, these things take a lot of work to build. But when they, quote, died, a behemoth biter appeared, and I had already set this defense system up around it. It was promptly killed, like that, as if to underscore the point. But the spawner itself did not die. It just became a traditional biter spawner. And now, since it's surrounded by guns, it's harmless right now. If I want it back, all I need to do is use the same rocket. What is it called? The capture bot rocket. I just throw a capture bot rocket on it, and it will capture it again, and I don't have to go through the biter egg thing of trying to make it again. So if I want to capture it, I can get it back without a problem. The only thing you have to watch out for is don't put any weapons around here that could damage. Like if you want to kill the biters, lasers are great, but do not put any weapon here that could damage these things. And I made the mistake of setting up Tesla turrets. Those things are not scalpels. They are freaking shotguns. Actually, they're more like a sledgehammer. They kill everything around it. And it took all of about 3 shots from the Tesla turrets, and it destroyed all 4, because the effect spreads. It has an AoE that spread and killed the spawners. And I when that happened, I shamelessly went back and reloaded the autosave and said, okay, let's not set those up. Let's not do that again. The Tesla turrets weren't even shooting at the spawners. They were shooting at the biters that are appearing. But they caught the spawners in their effect. So there's something to keep in mind. But anyway, so we have a source of biter eggs that's ready for us when we're ready to go ahead and set up our Gleba to Novice Bioflux supply chain. I'm not ready yet. We will do that. But besides, I'm not going to start doing this. I'm not going to worry about biter eggs that will spoil until I can take care of a good source of promethium. And that's not going to happen until we figure the Odysseus storage out. I don't want to sacrifice that much ammunition. I'm not going to do it. So the only real answer, I mean, there's not a lot of space left. If we take a look, the cargo bays just sort of snake around and fill any available space. But I mean, otherwise, there's not a lot of room left. And I don't feel like redesigning the ship again just to fit 1 or 2 more bays that we might be able to squeeze in there. I think the best answer is, as Board Bob showed us, to use quality cargo bays. Does that make sense? Okay, I think I spent about 17 minutes explaining why we are at the place we are at. So I apologize for that inefficiency of words, diarrhea of the brain. But obviously, we're not calling this series over. Hopefully, that's obvious. We're far from it. I'm kind of excited about this. I want to see how this all works. See if we can, yeah, we'll take all the. I want rare items right now. That's what I'm looking for. Let's grab all the rare items we can, and let's set up our filters and see if this does anything. And one of the things that I should have done is set up like a quality, or put quality modules in the miners. Like, you have to start the process from early on. Like, look at that. There's a uncommon iron plate. So let's see, where are we at? As far as steel goes, I'm filtering everything here. Okay, let's grab more of that. Any more legendary steel? Nope. Odds are not great. I mean, this might be a total waste of time, but I would like a chance to try it. All right, so let's try to remember all of the different things that that scrap can give us. All of the different materials that we can get from scrap. All right, so let's take a look. Where are we at? Volgora. Okay, so we'll start with gear wheels. Okay, first let's set out the output priorities. Okay, and then all we got to do then is attach the filter. Okay, so this will be gear wheels, and then what next? It's gonna take a while, isn't it? Okay, so holmium ore. Well, that'd be interesting. So concrete, ice. Oh no, solid fuel, concrete, and ice. Okay, so that'll be solid fuel, concrete. Ice, ice, baby. Then, let's see. So after ice, we would have stone, batteries, steel, red circuits. Stone, batteries, steel, and red circuits. So let's do that. Stone. Batteries. Steel. Only thing is, it's if it's fudge. If they're uncommon. Okay, but most of them are not going to be uncommon. Or I'm sorry, most of them are going to be common. So might as well, you know, might as well filter everything, and then we'll be stuck with the quality components at the end. So let's go ahead and throw this chest there, this. I've only got 500 bits of scrap that are up in orbit right now. So really, I mean, this is a very small experiment here, so we don't have to really worry too much about quantity, really. Dealing with massive amounts. So, yeah, this is, you know, I don't expect great exciting things to happen in this one. Certainly, I wanted to do a trip out to the, whatchamacallit, out to the edge of the solar system and get some promethium, but we're just not there yet. Instead, this is gonna end up being all about, you know, experiments with quality products. So we got red, we got blue. What else? Red, blue, holmium ore, and low density structures. I thought there were 12 items. Holmium ore, low density structures. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was 12. I was sure there was 12. Let's take a look. All right. Oh, copper cables. Forgot copper cables. That's okay. Not a biggie. All right, we'll add that. Okay. There we go. And then if there are any epic components left, or any you know, quality components left, they will be caught at the end. So that's decent. And then we can filter them if we want. But then we'd have to talk about 5 levels of 12 different items. So no. Okay, so next step is go up to the Odysseus. I also got something else that, oh, did I already drop them down? Yes, I did. Not the Odysseus, the Raj. The Raj. Yeah, here we are. So we're going to drop down these shards, these tungsten carbide shards. And those will be helpful for making speed 3s. Believe it or not, that's an ingredient for speed 3s. All right. Okay. Get rid of all of them. Okay. Now let's go back to Novice and let's see if our stuff starts happening. Okay. So we're getting some components. Wow, that was quick. What did we get? Okay. Not a lot. Okay. Alrighty then. Well, if we're gonna do... Whoa, more's coming down. Son of a bitch. Okay. Craft a speed module 3. Okay, I didn't realize that was an achievement, but hey, we've done it. Okay, speaking of achievements, so you know what? You know what's pretty cool? Has anybody noticed that Lazy Bastard is still an achievement that you can get? I think that's pretty cool. I thought hunting that achievement was one of the most fun things that I did in this game, I think. But it's the nature of it has changed. Actually, a few of them, like the speed runs, the things for the speed runs have changed. Okay. I think this may involve us going to Fulgora and actually setting up a special segment of scrap. I don't know. It might be the way to do it. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to do us any good, really. But anyways, what I was going to say is that if you take a look at the achievements, it used to be Lazy Bastard was win the game, handcrafting only. Well, hell, we can take a look at that now, can't we? Okay. Where is it? Now, I think I've already got credit for it. Okay, that's not that. Construct more machines using robots than manually. Okay, that's not it, but it kind of looks like that. Where is it? Where are you at? Okay, those are the sciences. I think it might be by rarity. Okay, right here, launch a rocket to space while manually crafting no more than 111 items. So there it is. It used to be win the game, but they've changed it. It's still there, but you only have to launch a rocket into space, which has actually gotten a little bit easier. But that was a really tricky one to get. And I think they've done the same thing with the speed runs. Like if we go, where is it? Like the ones that I now can't get. Launch a rocket into space with 15 hours. That's no time for chit chat. And then there is no spoon. Launch a rocket into space with an 8. So that might be, I haven't done that yet, but that might be worth attempting at some point. Oh, and now we've got work around the clock. Finish the game within 100 hours. Express delivery. Finish the game within 40. That would be tricky. So, yeah, those are some achievements that are still out there. Very cool. Okay, I wanted to see what the odds were of getting decent scrap, but we're hamstrung by the fact... excuse me. We are hamstrung by the fact that we didn't provide it with any epic scrap. We didn't provide it with quality scrap. So the only thing we got out of that was uncommon components. We didn't get anything more substantial than that. So there is that. All right. So let's go back down here. Let's see what we got. See if anything else has shown. Okay, we got some epic copper plates. We've got some rare copper plates. We'll take those. I'm also moving a little faster now. I doubled the number of... I sacrificed a fission reactor and threw a couple more bionic legs in there, so we're moving pretty good clip. Still one there, 4 there, 4 rares, and that's what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for rare. If I can do that, make enough of these things, I just don't know that I'm going to be able to do it. Oh, you know what? And I'm gonna need to make some like rare iron plates. I'm gonna have to do that, like not smelt them into steel. I need some rare iron plates. All right. So in order to make these components, so let's see. Let's reduce that and let's turn it into that. Rare quality, So we'll give it some of this, and we'll give it some of this, and we'll give it some of this. And let's see if we get some... Let's see what we get for quality components. Oh, and let's throw some speed oh, no, no. Okay, well, we got a rare component there. What was I thinking? I gotta put, you know, quality components in there as well. Okay, so low density structures. What else do we need to make a cargo bay? This would be so slow. This is such a... Oh, well, we've got the steel plates to do it, kinda. We got that. We would need 20 of these rare structures. And I think we would take a while to get that, unfortunately. Only get 6 of them. Oh, good lord. Oh, we'd be here for frickin' ever, wouldn't we? Alright, and then forget blue chips. Good lord. Okay. Well, clearly we have a lot of work to do on that front. But anyway, I kind of wanted to give you guys an update as to what's going on. And my attempt to make quality items. And I don't know how well this is going to work. I'm no expert at this. But, you know, figured I would try. But I think I'll let it go for now. Really, again, this is just an update to kind of show you where we're at. And hopefully this all makes sense. And again, I invite comments or I invite advice in the comments if y'all have any. I'm not ashamed to do some backseat gaming or to accept advice. So anyway, I can't wait to hear what y'all have to say, and I will see you guys in the next one. Ciao.